Hello, I'm Noah Wilson again with another edition of Old School Boxing Talk. Okay, let me see. What are we going to go with today? We're gonna start with the big news. Tyson Fury has agreed to take on our champion Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. Thank you, Tyson Fury, for being the man that your boy AJ's not, and stepping up to fight for the only belt you never held. Now, every once in a while, I listen to other channels other than the LDBC for shits and giggles. And this one channel who will remain nameless, this guy has a hatred for Andre Ward that I look, man. I don't understand why these people have a hatred for Andre Ward. It seemed like after Andre Ward beat Kovalev's ass, a lot of these people have a hatred for Andre Ward. Alida Alvarez doesn't get this much hate. But these cats just hate Andre Ward. And I'm like, I listened to the dude's video, and I was like, dude, stop the Ward hate. He's hating on Andre Ward. He's just anytime Andre Ward does something, this guy's hating on it. So I guess he won't be watching the Contender on Epics, because Andre Ward's going to be doing that, or he might review it and be hating on that too. I don't know, but I'm tired of all this, man. Respect the man for what the man did. The man did everything he had to do in his career. Damn good fighter. Why hating on the man? The man did his job, Congratulations, Andre SOG Ward, great warrior, the last American male to win a gold medal. Let's remember that, the last American male to win a gold medal. So, okay, now that I got that off my chest, because yes, I do listen to things other than the LDBC, because I listen to it, and then I see the bias. Here's the deal. I love the LDBC. When I got on this thing here, I didn't even know there was a whole bunch of people talking boxing, intelligently talking boxing. And I discovered a bunch of these other channels and these things. And I was like, Then by accident, then I discovered Dante's Boxing Nation. Okay, and then I discovered 7-8 Sports. Okay, that's pretty damn good. Then I discovered Black Fight Fan TV, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm still not, didn't know, So I'm listening to these brothers. Then, the last one one of the last ones I discovered, I'm listening to these cats. Moy Bane 7-4 is another brother I checked out. I fucked with heavily. I still listen to his stuff. So I'm hearing all these intelligent brothers talking boxing. I'm like, oh shit. And it's not bullshit. It's intelligent boxing talk. I'm like, all right. Then I was scoping through, and this is one I'd recommend for all of you young heads that don't know shit about boxing, all you casuals. If you listen to my channel, Blood Boxing Returns with a Z. This brother's doing a series on the heavyweight division, but he broke down and did one on Sugar Ray Robinson. His first 10 fights, 10, 15 fights. And he showed how Sugar Ray Robinson in the same span of fights, I think it's 10 fights, the same fights that Lomachenko has. But the bottom line is, he showed how Sugar Ray Robinson in his first, 10 to 15 fights had fought better opposition and guys with records that today they'd be champions or titleists. And look, if you want to know, I'm a historian of the sport. I love boxing. I love the history of boxing. I love people that can teach me stuff. I love going back and forth. I'm hoping one day me and this brother, Blood Boxing Returns, can collaborate. Because this brother, I just like to talk to people that know boxing, that know more about boxing than I am, than I do, and I can just learn. I have a few groups on YouTube that I belong to, but every time I go into the chat, there's some idiot in there with racial bullshit. I ain't got time for that, man. My thing is, if you can fight, you can fight. I don't care what color you are. Even though Kovalev got 3 losses, I still tell my dog. I like Sergey Kovalev. Do I like what he's about outside the ring? No. But inside the ring, I fucks with Kovalev. I've made no secret that I fucks with Kovalev inside the ring. Outside the ring, not so much. Um, I said on here before, I think Lomachenko's a damn good fighter. Lomachenko reminds me of Willie Pep. Like a reincarnation of Willie Pep. Lomachenko's good. I just want to see him progress more. I want to see what he does 5 years from now, where we at with Lomachenko. Same thing I've said about Earl Spence. Fantastic fighter. Great him. Fantastic fighter. Where's he at in a couple years? Show me. Come back to me in 3 years with Earl Spence Jr. See where he's at. A lot of these cats, I want to see where they're at. Down the road a piece when they start fighting. For Earl Spence, it's gonna be what you do at 147. Then when you knock heads with the Charlos, one of them Charlos, you gotta fight one of them Charlos. Come on. If Earl Spence goes his whole career and don't fight a single one of Jamel or Jamal Charlo, there's a problem. I know I guess him and Jamel are one of the brothers are training partners. But you gonna have to fight one of them Charlos, man. You come on, man. We need that. We need that. We need Spence to fight one of them Charlos somewhere down the line. Not now, before some idiot say, "Oh, no, not now." But in a couple years, to talk about Earl Spence jumping up to fight Canelo Alvarez. Canelo, I don't care who wins Canelo Triple G. I don't give a fuck about the fight at all. All I care about is which one of you bitches is going to put off, which one of you bitches is going to take your skirt off, find your nuts, and step in there with Charlo. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. This Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder fight, I didn't talk about it. I heard about it. I wasn't going to talk about it until the fight was signed, sealed, delivered. Now it's signed, sealed, delivered. Now, I'm sorry, I didn't talk about it. I mentioned it my last video about how if Don King was running this thing, you'd have, a big thing. And I'm hoping now they're talking about, from what I'm gathering, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe one of the other brothers in the LDBC blood, if you're seeing this, whatever, 7-8, whatever, are they going to do 2 pay-per-views? Are they going to put both Deontay Wilder and Earl on pay-per-view? Because, man, look, I don't think you should put those brothers on separate pay-per-views. I don't. I think their brothers should be on the same card. Me personally, if I was doing this, Showtime, you want to make a bang with this? Deontay and Tyson Fury is the main event. Earl and Mikey the main support. Keith Thurman, you coming back. You ain't going to fight nobody for real. So Keith Thurman's the opener. Get me Charlo. Get me one of them Charlo brothers as the third fight on that card. Get me one of them Charlos. Get me one of them Charlos. Want one of them. Need one of them on that pay-per-view. Then you got Show Extreme. Load up the undercard. Showtime, load up the fucking undercard. Put other good quality fighters on the undercard. In some decent bouts. I'm not saying put them in the killers, but throw Adrian Broner a bone and give him a light touch. Because he's on Show Extreme. Fuck him. Get Gary Russell Jr. some work. So we maybe get Gary in a fight with Leo Santa Cruz later this year. Or maybe if you do get Gary Russell and Leo Santa Cruz, throw that shit on there. Fuck Keith. Put Keith on Show Extreme. Shit, he ain't gonna fight nobody. What I'm saying is this. Load the wagon. $80. Wilder Fury. Spence Garcia. If you can give me Charlo, one of the Charlos again, Jamal Charlo, give me Jamal Charlo against somebody at 154. Put that belt on the line. If you can give me Gary Russell Jr. versus Leo Santa Cruz, boom, that's worth $80. That's worth $80. Then come see me with $80 because I'm gonna tell you what, you put together a loaded card because remember, pay-per-views today are, people aren't buying pay-per-views because everybody want to stream, whatever. Give the fans their money's worth. You put all them, I know them brothers gonna want to get paid, whatever, but trust me, you can pay them brothers and still make some money. Everybody gonna make money. It's gonna be this pay-per-view, the whole card is gonna be oh shit, they doing the DK style. brothers will pay for this. Because you put those 4 fights. If you can make Gary Russell Jr., Leo Santa Cruz, if you can put Jamal Charlo, somebody at 154, there's got to be somebody can fight. Excuse me, because you ain't going to get that Jaime Munguia, bitch. They ain't going to let him nowhere near Charlo. I mean, if you could get him, great. Unification. But you ain't going to get Jaime Munguia. Oscar and them, they keeping HBO keeping Jaime Munguia. They going to put him in witness protection. Charles ain't getting nowhere. He ain't getting nowhere near him. But I'm saying, find some credible 154-pounder. Put Charlo in there. Earl and Mikey. Hell yeah, that's a good fight. And Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder to cap it off, boy. Plus the fact you load up your Show Extreme. You load up your Show Extreme, because Show Extreme is like what they use that for fights leading into the pay-per-view. So load up your Show Extreme. I don't even give a damn if you shit. Load up have a nice Showtime card. I would have a nice Showtime card to lead into the pay-per-view. Put a nice couple fights on Showtime. Matter of fact, that's what I'll throw Keith says. Keith says right there on Showtime. And Keith's fight would be the last fight. Keith can put a nice 2, 3, put a couple, load this card up, man. It's the last one of the year. Load it up. And then put them motherfuckers, put Keith, and Keith can be the main event of the Showtime deal. You load up Show Extreme, you load the whole card of Show Extreme, got a whole bunch of good prospects, younger fighters. Okay, maybe one good fighter, the main event, the last fight on Show Extreme. Then you go into the next level of fights on Showtime. And if Keith Thurman be the main event of the Showtime thing, you jump from there right to the damn pay-per-view. Boom! Tell me folks ain't getting a whole night of boxing. Kick that shit off at 7 o'clock on the East Coast. Man, folks gonna be like, yeah, I got to be here for this. And it's a night, everybody, $80. People having fight parties, have a good old-fashioned fight parties. And with today way things are going today, you can do that. Because you don't throw pay-per-views all the time, but you're learning how when you do them, go back old school with this shit. Load the fucking card. So when you do go pay-per-view, you load the card, you make more money, because people going to want to buy that shit. People going to go, oh shit, $80 and look at what you're getting? It's going to bring, you're going to get that, because you're also going to bring new fans, but from Show Extreme and Showtime, you're going to bring new fans in that's going to see guys you haven't seen for a while. I don't care, man. If it's me personally, I mean, I know y'all, I get both the Charlo shit. Put one on the pay-per-view, one on the show, on Showtime. Because, put him on there, because he know them cowards running from him. Jamal know them cowards running, so give Jamal some work. Let him get another fight in the end of the, get Jamal some work. Give him some fucking work. This fight, this card, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, is the end of the year, dudes. You gotta just blow out the fucking budget. You tell Mikey and Earl and Mikey, look, okay, could you do Earl and Mikey in Texas? Absolutely. What you gonna do on Showtime? Because you can't have two pay-per-views butting heads. But wouldn't it make more sense to do Earl and Mikey as the co-main event to Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury? Come on, man. That would make more sense. Financially, it would make more sense. Financially, I think it would make a lot of sense financially, because you're taking this thing, you're putting this big pay-per-view event together. Big event. And that's what separates Showtime from a lot of other motherfuckers. We don't do pay-per-views often, but when we do them, you know what I'm saying? When we do them, separate the PBC, separate shows, that we don't do these bullshit pay-per-views. You get two fights. Now this Canelo Golovkin fight, this Canelo Golovkin part 2, you're going to get maybe, the main event's probably going to be the best fight. You're not going to get a loaded undercard. You're not going to get that much of thing. You're going to get 3 fights. Maybe 4 with a bunch, you're not going to get quality. You're not. I'm just saying it's Showtime, in my opinion, as a longtime fan who remembers when Don King used to really blow out the budget for those big Tyson fights, and the reason was they were only $40. But the reason DK did that was everybody got paid. DK got paid. It was something special. That's all I'm saying to the PBC and to Showtime that, boys, you don't do pay-per-view often. But when you do, if you start with this fight here and you give these fans a whole night of, and not bullshit fights, I mean quality boxing, quality matchups on the show Extreme, quality matchups on Showtime, which I would have, like I said, I have Jamal Charlo fighting somebody at 160, Keith Thurman to be the main event, his return, Keith Thurman beat him, give him that respect, he's WA super champion. How the hell you keep super? I thought super champion meant you had to have 2 belts. You only got 1. But I'm gonna leave that alone. But I'm saying if you blow out the budget on this final fight of the year, and when you do pay-per-views, you're gonna realize people gonna buy that shit because they go, oh shit, because they're gonna expect you to do this. If you do this, when you do pay-per-view, you're gonna find out that it's gonna be very successful because you do pay-per-view right. People are bitch about, this is what people are upset about buying pay-per-view. You get one major fight and you get a bunch of bullshit fights that should be on ESPN. What I'm saying is you give these fans quality pay-per-view, quality matches, not just 1, not just 2, but load the fucking wagon up. Load the wagon, because you're going to make this money. See, a lot of times they don't want to load the wagon. Say, well, this guy's making X amount of dollars. This guy making X amount of dollars. They got to make this. They got to make that. Blah, blah, blah. Motherfucker, stop the bullshit. There's enough money to go around. Everybody get paid off of this. Everybody get paid. And you start, it's about building the brand for later on down the line. If you do this pay-per-view right, guess what? When you come back and do another pay-per-view, the fans are going to flock to that shit. If you put a pay, look, they talking about maybe Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder does 500,000 buys. I think if you stack this card, you get maybe 1 million buys. I think if you stack the card the right way, you might get over 1 million buys. I'm not saying you're hitting Floyd numbers now, don't get me wrong. But I think you could hit Pacquiao numbers with the card, with the strength of the card, which then means when you go back to Eddie Germ, who's got to put his boy on the zone, and they do come crawling for that match, you are now the A side. Because Eddie Hearns can't say, well, Deontay Wilder's never done pay-per-view. Deontay Wilder, motherfucker, Deontay Wilder did $1 million in pay-per-view. 1.1 million views. Shut the fuck up. Bring your little British ass over here and get this ass whooping. Come get this money, bitch. Because, see, here's the thing. Eddie Hearns don't want that fight. Eddie Hearns is going to hold out. He's doing, okay, remember early on Eddie Hearns was saying, oh, we're going to get the Wilder fight next year. Next April. Then all of a sudden, we just find out that ain't the case. Because now the WBO conveniently has decided that Dillian White is going to be the next. We're ordering another mandatory, and it's going to be Dillian White. Now, I know someone once said this fight wasn't going to take place in 2020. And you know what? I really believe that maybe if it they're trying to age Deontay out. That's what I think they're trying to do. But see, here's the thing about it, Eddie. What you don't realize, heavyweights mature later. And the thing about it was, yes, Deontay Wilder won a bronze medal. But here's the thing about Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has not been a boxer. Deontay Wilder, the reason people say he's got 40 fights, AJ has 22, 23 fights. But look at AJ's amateur record. AJ had an extensive amateur career. Deontay Wilder did not. So a lot of what Deontay Wilder is doing now, Deontay Wilder is getting better because a lot of those early fights were like his extended amateur career. Deontay Wilder, when I see Deontay Wilder getting better, and that's the scary thing. You're not going to age this guy out. This guy's getting better because you listen to his trainer. And Mark Breland, who's a damn good Mark Breland, only lost one amateur fight. People talk about Lomachenko losing one amateur fight. People forget Mark Breland only lost one amateur fight. Mark Breland was the shits as an amateur too. So let's not get it twisted. Mark Breland knows his shit. And the only thing that hurt Mark Breland was obviously Mark Breland was chinny as a motherfucker. Mark Breland couldn't take a punch. But Mark Breland could punch and he had the ability, but he couldn't take a punch. That hurt Mark Breland as a professional. Just couldn't take it. I think that if this is done the right way, this promotion is done the right way, and it's all going to be up to the PBC, Al, and the company, and Showtime to really, really do Deontay justice. And it's not, and I don't think Earl and Mikey would bitch too much. I mean, yeah, are you going to be a little ass circus out headline at pay-per-view? Okay, fine, but you're going to see more people going to see you here than would have seen you on there, and your profile goes up. So I think if they're smart, they pay these boys, put this damn thing here in Vegas, and let's ride with this, man. Let's just rock it out, man. Let's go. Load this card up, and let's go. We be ready. We doing videos. One thing I already see a lot of that's happening already is they're already starting to make excuses for a Tyson Fury loss. I'll listen, like I said, one of these channels, they got all these, other things. I listen a little bit of everything because I want to hear what people are going to say. And I already see people already making built-in excuses for Tyson Fury for why he lost. So when Tyson Fury loses, guess what, folks? Deontay Wilder's not going to get 100% credit. They're going to say, Tyson Fury was rusty. Tyson Fury wasn't the same Tyson Fury. All the excuses are already starting to put him up now. So don't anybody get upset. Don't anybody get upset when they start the excuses that Tyson Fury wasn't this, Tyson Fury wasn't this. When they start taking it away, the credit away from Tyson Fury. Don't get upset and don't be surprised because that's what they do. That's what the boxing media or these wannabe boxing media people do. They just can't sit there and say, look, this man came back, fought 2 fights. Yeah, they weren't the highest of caliber, but the man said he was ready. The man said he was ready. He wanted to get this shit done. You can't, Deontay Wilder say, hell yeah, I'll take the fight. Shit. Because his whole fucking year was fucked up, fucking around with AJ's ass. Deontay Wilder should have fought at least two more. He should at least had another fight this year. But he fucked around, fucked with AJ. They fucked him. They, took him out. Well, Deontay Wilder could have knocked out Brazil and still had time for this one here. But he was fucking around AJ and them motherfuckers over there. And they took fucked around and took a whole fight off him. But that's okay. It's okay. So now Tyson Fury's feeling like Tyson Fury. People saying, it's Tyson Fury's cash out fight. It's this, it's that. Look, motherfucker, Tyson Fury was going to fight Deontay Wilder before he went on his binge. His little vacation with his demons. Now he came back. He beat a couple guys. And here's the thing about it. Here's a hypocrisy of this damn thing. If Tyson Fury had come back, fought the same people he fought, and was fighting Anthony Joshua, them motherfuckers, we praising him. Oh my God, Tyson Fury, how he challenged himself. Blah, 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 blah. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Just challenge yourself. Challenge to be dare to be great. Synopsis they're giving Mikey Garcia. You want to be great, Mikey? Want to be great? Fight Lomachenko. Fight Lomachenko. Fight Beltran. Unify the 135-pound division. That's daring to be great. But jumping from one division to another division to another division, but this division hopping shit, this is bullshit. This is why I hate what these modifiers do. This division hopping. Now, Mikey Garcia is going to hop up there to fight Earl Spence. Now, do I think it's going to be an easy cakewalk fight? No. But I think Earl should break it. Earl's going to break him down and maybe stop Mikey in the 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th. It's not going the distance. So I feel Earl stops him between 10, 11, and 12. Earl stops him. Because I think Earl's going to break him down. And Mikey's going to show him a good big man beats a good little man. Excuse me. Then Mikey's going to start using excuses. Which he's already got him to, I'm coming up 2 weight divisions. No, bitch, you're coming up 1. Because you already fought and won a belt at 140. So stop that bullshit. Um, the excuses are there. You know, like I said, I hate this when brothers don't get their credit. You know, when good fighters that are coming out here doing their job don't get their credit. It's like okay. Let's. Here's the thing. When Jamal Charlo became the number one contender, they started questioning. Oh, they started questioning the level of his opposition. He didn't choose that level of opposition. Jamal Charlo went out there to WBC that this is the number one contender. Fight this guy here. He fought him. WBC said, "Oh, we need you to fight a final eliminator. Fight this guy here." He fought him. He beat him. But you got all these pundits sitting there saying, "Well, he should have fought this. He should have fought this. He should have." Man, shut the fuck up. He fought who WBC told him to fight. And now here's what they come out with. Well, Golovkin's old. Golovkin's old? Yeah, Golovkin's old. He's starting to decline. He is? Yeah. But when he beat when he beat the fuck out of the 154 pounder, he beat the boy he fought on Cinco de Mayo when he beat his ass. Oh, that's Golovkin of old. Hold on, but when you bring Charlo up, oh, Golovkin's old. Yeah. If only Charlo had fought him earlier, might have been a different fight. Charlo was at 154, calling this bitch out. Both Charlos were at 154, calling this bitch out. He said, "I'll fight anybody from 154 to 175. Charlos were calling him out. Laura was calling him out. I mean, shit. Everybody them boys at 154, fucking, that boys were calling his ass out. You didn't hear that. He didn't hear that. Because he was trying to, what these fucking people in the boxing media and a lot of these little fanboys were trying to do was, they were trying to get little ass Floyd to jump up there to fight him and hoping that he crushed little ass Floyd. But see, here's the trick to the thing though. If Floyd had come up, Floyd would have beat Golovkin's ass. Then the excuse would have been, oh, well, he lost. He had a strain to get down to 154. He was weight trained. He was this, he was that. They never gonna give you credit when you got there. When they got, my man Dante said, what they go, the hope list. When you're on that hope list and you lose, you're never gonna get credit for it. You're never gonna get credit for it. I mean, look at how Barrera. When Barrera beat up on the boy that beat Hopkins, damn, I liked him too. When Barrera beat the guy at light heavyweight, one beat his ass. They ain't say shit about it because he wasn't on the hope list. Even though he beat Hopkins, but he wasn't officially on the hope list. He had to do a little bit more. They let that shit go. For Golovkin, for Lomachenko, and I like these boys. I really do. Here's my problem with Golovkin. I just don't like his fanboys and the boxing media starting to say this guy's better than Hagler. Motherfucker. Not Hopkins, not Golovkin. There's going to take a hell of a middleweight doing a hell of a job to be better than Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler was the shits as a middleweight champion. So fuck what you heard. Marvin Hagler was the shits. And ain't a middleweight. None of these motherfuckers today can fuck with Marvin. And Marvin in his best fighting with these motherfuckers now, Marvin would fuck them all up. I'm sorry, Kate. Look, a lot of people say I'm biased, and to an extent I am biased. I'm biased toward the fighters of the 70s and 80s, because the fighters of the 70s, 80s, at their best, fighting today's fighters at their best, would kill them. Would kill them. Roberto Duran at 135 beats Lomachenko, beats Mikey Garcia. Roberto Duran at 135, if he at his best, fucks up everything at 135. They wouldn't even want to fuck with him. Sugar Ray Leonard at 147 at his best. I love Earl. I like Keith. I like Terrence Crawford. But Leonard at his best fucks that whole shit up. 140, Aaron Pryor at his best fucks that whole division up. Marvin Hagler 160 at his best fucks that whole division up. Mike McCallum, a body snatcher, at his best fucks up everything at 140. Fucks up everything at 154. I'm sorry. It was right now at 175. Michael Spinks at 175 at his best fucks up 175. And of course at the heavyweight division in that era, my man Larry Holmes at his best fucks up the heavyweight division. So yes, and I will take those guys against anybody. Those guys in those divisions, featherweight. Salvador Sanchez kills anything at one. Salvador Sanchez destroys what's out there today. Lupe Pinto or Jeff Chandler will kill anything at bantamweight today. Either one of them. I mean, Xavier Pedroza will kick the shit out of most of these featherweights today. Those men were real fighters, and he fought 15 rounds, and they had high ring IQ. They weren't like these prima donnas. They weren't like them. Those guys that I grew up watching, they beat the shit out of these boys today, man. They do. And I like a lot of these cats today, but I'm just sorry. That's what gets me upset when these idiots start comparing the fighters of the 70s and 80s to today's fighters. And I'm sorry. Take those guys at their best and give them today's boxing rules, they crush it. I mean, it's like I have this discussion before with somebody about, in my opinion, the greatest quarterback of all time, in my opinion, John Unitas. Because my definition of greatness is this. If I can take you in your era and put you back in their era, how would you do? And if I could take them from their era and put them in your era, how would they do? Johnny Unitas would kill it in today's football. He'd kill it. Because of what he had to go through in his era. When they were getting fucked up. When he was getting the face mask getting broken. There's a story about Johnny Unitas' his face mask broken. And the center, they pulled the fucking pieces of the face mask out of his face. Johnny Unitas grabbed some mud off the ground. Patched his shit up. Patched his lip up. And said, let's go. You know, today when you can't be touched, John, and his receivers aren't getting bumped and run all the way down the field, Johnny, it was a field day. That's what I'm saying. Today's fighters, compared to those fighters of old, nah, man. Them brothers, man. Nah, you can't fuck with them brothers, man. Just can't. Them brothers were them brothers, a whole different game. The game was harder then. Those brothers were more ruthless then. I mean, it's just like I said, I would take fighters, the best fighters. If I took the best fighters from other eras, like if I took Sugar Ray Robinson, could he compete in the 80s? Absolutely. Yeah, Sugar Ray Robinson, yeah. He'd probably be undisputed. But that's my thing, and that's what I hate these quote-unquote boxing historians. That when they sit there and start comparing these cats of today and saying, oh, this guy would beat this guy, and I'm like, you gotta be out of your motherfucking monkey-ass mind, man. You gonna tell me that Golovkin could beat Marvin Hagler? Man, you stupid. You on something. You gonna tell me that Donna Stevenson or Sergey Kovalev or the Barabito or these boys could beat Michael Spinks? Man, I don't know what you smoking, but I don't even know if I want any of that shit, because you smoking some shit like that. Do you gonna tell me Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua could beat Larry Holmes? Nah, don't think so. Now, I might get some arguments on that one, but in my opinion, no, that ain't happening. I can take champions of the past from bantamweight to heavyweight, and I think that if I got those guys from bantamweight to heavyweight, champions from bantamweight to heavyweight, and that was my team I took on today's fighters, I think I'm winning. I believe I'm winning without a shadow of a doubt. I think if I took the two bantamweight champions, Lupe Pintor and Jolton Jeff Chandler, and put them up against the four champions of today, they beat them, and I'd have Lupe Pinto versus Jeff Chandler would be the finals for the undisputed bantamweight title. If I took Eusebio Pedroza and Salvador Sanchez and put them up against the four featherweight title holders of the day, they beat them, and that's Pedroza versus Salvador Sanchez to unify. if I went down to lightweight and put Duran against any of them boys at 130. Fucking remember, Duran was undisputed lightweight champion. But for shits and giggles, I can come on some lightweights I could throw in there. That would take out these guys today. The point is, Duran winds up winning it. And I'm only using Duran because Duran was undisputed lightweight champion. 140. I'm not bringing Saul Manby. I don't need Saul Manby. All I need is Aaron Pryor. Clean out 140. I'm not bringing welterweight. I'm not bringing Tommy Hearns. I'm just bringing Sugar. Clean out 147. 154. I'm not bringing Julian Jackson. I'm just bringing Mike McCallum. We'll clean out 154. Middleweight, undisputed champion Marvin Hagler against what you got against all four of those belt holders at 160. And everybody else cleans it out. 175. I'm not bringing Saad Muhammad. I'm not, I could bring Saad Muhammad and Michael Spinks. I'm not bringing Saad Muhammad. Just bringing Michael Spinks. Cleans it out. Heavyweight. I'm not bringing Mike Weaver. I'm just bringing Larry Holmes. Cleans it out. Now, if anybody doesn't like that or feels, look, this is what I want to do. See, this is what I get tired of. Well, you people listen to my videos, and I always tell you, if you don't agree with me, man, let's have a conversation, man. I would like to see somebody tell me of the fighters I brought up from the 80s, in those weight classes from bantamweight to heavyweight, if they think any of today's fighters could beat them, if you can make a case for it, please, brother, hit me the hell up. Notice I left the cruiserweight, those all junior division out of there. I don't give a fuck about them. I'm careful. Except for junior welterweight. The rest of them, if you're gonna, the rest of them junior divisions, I don't care about them. Junior welterweight, yeah, because Aaron Pryor was there. I've said it before. In my opinion, the greatest fighter at 130 pounds, in my opinion, was Pretty Boy Floyd. I don't think there's another 100. Not Roger, not the guy, not Serrano. I don't think there's another man that ever fought at 130 pounds is better than Pretty Boy Floyd, in my opinion. But if you want to challenge an opinion, this is my opinion. You have your own opinion. Call me out on it. Hit me up. Old School Boxing Talk at gmail.com. Y'all know the links. I'm on Facebook. Hit me up, man. We can talk about this. I want to have intelligent boxing discussion, man. That's why I love Blood Boxing. When Blood does his thing and I comment on Blood gets back to me. If I comment on someone 7A, he gets back to me. When I talk to these brothers, we can have conversation. Smoke Seed Mobcast, love that. That's one of the things, if y'all aren't watching Smoke Seed Mobcast Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, you're missing it. Smoke Seed Mobcast is getting better, and it was funny. It's hard for me to say that because I love the Smoke Seed Mobcast, but these brothers just keep getting better, man. These brothers have me on a date. I learn something, I get a good laugh, but it's funny and it's factual. Please check out the Smoke Seed Mobcast. You gotta hit my man Black Fight Fan TV up, 7-8 Sports, Blood Boxing Returns with a Z. That brother, any video, go back and check out, go through his site on YouTube, check out all his damn videos, learn yourself something. He'll learn you. Go to Learning Tree. The LDBC, go to ldbcsports.com if you're serious about learning about boxing. Go there. Let them brothers teach y'all something. Don't go in there, grasshoppers. Don't go in there with the knowledge of knowing it all, because you're going to go in there, act like you know it all, and you're going to get put down, find out, you're going to come up like, oh shit, I didn't know that. Because I put my box knowledge up against anybody's, but I don't say that I know everything about boxing. Because every day I'm learning more and more and more about the past. And I've been a student of this game. I'm 50 years old. I've been a student of this game since I was forever, I grew up with this shit. In my household, we sit around the TV watching, Wide World of Sports. Alexis Arguello, fighting Duran, Arguello. Maybe Pino Clay before he got knocked out like Tommy Hearns. Like I said, Salvador Sanchez with Eusebio Pedroza. Ray Boom Boom Mancini, Hilmer Kenty. You know, I remember NBC, Frank the Animal Fletcher, when main events was actually really main events, they had a nice crew of Frank the Animal Fletcher, Rocky Lockridge. They had tomorrow champs like Alex Ramos, Tony Ayala, who's going to be a beast before he got in his troubles. I grew up watching this, man. I've seen the pretenders, I've seen the contenders and the pretenders. Seen them come, seen them go. I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. So, like I said, if you disagree with anybody, all the fighters I brought up, and from bantamweight to heavyweight, if you disagree with that, you don't think that those guys can beat the shit out of today's fighters in those same divisions, hit me up, man. Let's discuss it. You bring what you got, I bring what I got. Let's discuss it. You know, because I'm solidly behind my boys. I'll bring actual factual to my boys. You tell me, you bring something, not some bullshit, but some actual talking, reasonable talking about why you believe that Gary Russell Jr., Leo Santa Cruz, Warren, and whoever the WBO champion is, why any of them could beat Eusebio Pedrosa or Salvador Sanchez. I mean, come on. If you think that any of the boys at featherweight could beat them, I'd like to hear that. I would like someone to make an intelligent argument and tell me how that happens. Because the only division I can see getting an intelligent argument, but maybe somebody might say, is maybe heavyweight. Somebody might say, okay, well, we think Deontay might, Deontay might, but I'm going to tell you what, as hard a hitter as Deontay Wilder is, there was nobody in heavyweight history hit harder than Ernie Shavers. And Larry took it from Ernie. And see, the thing about Larry is, Larry was type of motherfucker, when you dropped him, Larry got up pissed off. And Larry got up angry. And Larry got up, okay, now we're fighting. Larry, like Tito Trinidad. Tito Trinidad didn't start fighting until he got knocked down. They said, oh, we fighting now. That's when Tito woke up and started fighting. I know I like those guys from the 80s. I believe those guys in the 80s were better. The people I mentioned were better than what we got out here today. And they would crush today's competition. Which is why I get upset when I hear some of these quote-unquote experts start talking, oh yeah, Lomachenko would start talking about this shit like, Golovkin would beat Hagler. How? In what universe? If you're talking about an older Marvin Hagler, I don't think he beat old Marvin Hagler. I'm talking about prime Marvin Hagler. Prime Marvin Hagler versus Gennady Golovkin. All these guys in their prime against these guys that they're right now, they kill them. None of them win. I'm not bringing. Remember, that was an era where there was two champions, and I'm not even bringing only featherweight and only featherweight. A handful of divisions, I'm bringing both champions. I could use one champion, but only one. A lot of those divisions, I'm just using one champion. Like bantamweight and featherweight, I'm using both champions because both they had two great champions. At lightweight, Duran was the undisputed lightweight champion. So it was just Duran. At welterweight, I could use Tommy Hearns, but I feel Sugar Ray Leonard is good enough to run through today's welterweights. And that's not putting them down. That's not putting these guys down. I'm just telling you how much better. And I don't think I'm going to too many arguments there. I don't think there's too many people going to say, oh, Leonard couldn't beat Spence. Oh, Leonard couldn't beat Thurman. Oh, Leonard couldn't beat Crawford. Oh, are you kidding me? Please. At 154, at 154, you got Jaime Munguia, Jamel Charlo, and Hurd. You think any of them boys can really realistically beat Mike McCallum at his prime at 154? Come on, man. I'm not even bringing Julian Jackson. I'm just bringing Mike McCallum. At 160, you think anybody at 160 right now could beat Marvin Hagler's prime? I don't think so, man. 175. Anybody, today's fighters, can beat a prime Michael Spinks at 175? I don't think so. At heavyweight, I don't think any of those boys at heavyweight can fuck with Larry Holmes. In my opinion, I have Larry Holmes maybe, in my opinion, rated. I have Larry Holmes top 5 heavyweight. I think I have Larry Holmes maybe number 3 behind in my heavyweight thing, I think in my opinion, my greatest heavyweights are Ali, Joe Louis, Larry Holmes, Lennox Lewis, and Jack Johnson. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Now there could be people, say, oh, what about Tyson? Man, I'm saying prime for prime. I'm just not. No, I'm not. I'm just no. And the reason I have Ali there is because I'm thinking prime Ali, the Ali that beat Liston, that Ali before he had 3 years of his career stolen from him. The Ali that beat Liston, that Ali probably, in my opinion, next to Sugar Ray Robinson, that Ali is probably the number 2 greatest fighter of all time, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. And again, these are my opinions. If you don't agree with them, hey man, let's talk about it, man. I want to hear your opinions. I'm hoping that somebody that follows me, that watches my videos, somebody will hit me up and let's have some good verbal debate, man. Because I want to know what you think. I want to know what's going on. Are you just learning from me, or do you have opinions? I want to know. So if you don't agree with my opinions, want to talk actual factuals, and you think any of today's fighters could beat the fighters from the 80s that I mentioned, hit me up. oldschoolboxingtalk@gmail.com. The web. Hit me up. Comment section at the bottom of this video on both Facebook and YouTube. Hit me up, man. Let's talk about it. Till next time, this is Doe Wilson signing out.